Obviously, great win for our program. I'm most happy for our players, most happy for our seniors. I thought our seniors really stepped up and made big plays today. I thought we played with a lot of trust today. Thought we were really tough and together. I turned to Dustin at about 3 minutes to go in the game, and I said, we played the game the right way. We played with great toughness, great togetherness. And I would have said that to him after the game, regardless of how the score turned out. I was really proud of them. Thought we played with a lot of passion. Thought we played the game the right way today. Obviously, that's a standard that's been now set pretty high. It was good to get back to having that toughness and togetherness and trust that we needed. We've talked a lot about that over the last couple of days. We practice well. I've got a team that really focuses in on getting a little bit better every day, and I thought we got better over the last couple of days. And then obviously we made some big plays late in the game. The variety of guys made big plays throughout the game. And now, as I've told you before, and we've sat in here, it's a great win. But in 3 days we play in Minneapolis against a really good Minnesota team. I want these guys obviously to make great decisions at the same time and enjoy one another's company, and they should be proud of their effort today. But when we wake up tomorrow, we're not getting absorbed with one game, win or lose. We've said that the whole time. So now it's on to the next game starting tomorrow, and we'll prepare the next 2 days and get ready to make the trip up to Minneapolis and hopefully pack our defense like we played our defense there late in the game. I was really happy with the way that we defended. I thought we got several stops. The last thing I'll say is they're really good, obviously. They're well coached. They've got great personnel. They run great stuff. They defend. They've got really good players. They're very well prepared. They've won a lot of games. They're going to continue to win a lot of games. So, we feel very fortunate to have beaten a really good Indiana basketball team. Questions for the players, DB?
Yeah, we'll take questions for Tyler and Brandon here.
Tyler, tell me first what it felt like when that 3 went down and then the shot at the buzzer there.
Just to set myself finally. I've gotten a lot of shots up between when I started missing them until now. So much that my wrists have been hurting. I've been talking to Paul that I've been getting ice and treatment on my wrist. And once I saw that one go down, that it was a good confidence booster.
And then the buzzer.
We ran out of bounce plays, or one of our standard ones. We've been running since the beginning of the year. And I just made a simple curl cut, and I just left 2 guys behind me, and Brandon made a heck of a pass, and I just got it off before the buzzer.
Tyler, is that part of the play, or is that just a read you make off of that?
It was part of a read. I kind of curled, and I didn't expect. It was Zeller and Wofford, both right in front of me, and I kind of went through them, and they both just stayed there. And it is a read, but it's where I was supposed to go as well.
Did you change your routine today or anything? Anything brought this about?
Not really. I have class all day. I don't class on Monday, Wednesdays, or Fridays, but Tuesdays and Thursdays I go 4 hours straight. And Coach got us up for a shoot around 8 in the morning. A couple of guys had class, and so it's been a long day. And I just got to keep busy, I guess.
Brandon, talk about what this feels like after what you guys have been through the last stretch.
It feels good, obviously. I think one thing is we stuck together through it, and no one's been pointing fingers. Through the rough stretch we had, Coach talked a lot about just staying together as a unit, and things will start looking brighter. And a lot of the guys, we were talking a lot last night and today, just about fighting. No matter what, we're gonna be. This is our last time together, so we want to go out and just fight together.
Tyler, was it important to get some shots inside the arc to go down and then step out and make the 3? Because you had some inside shots and then were able to step out.
Yeah, definitely. We had Tracy and Brandon were just doing a good job giving me looks. Indiana was switching to zone, mid-possession. So we kept calling the same play, knowing they would switch to zone, so we'd go right into our zone offense. And the middle was wide open, and I was able to get a couple shots knocked down in there.
How do you let this game carry over?
Leading up to practice, leading up to this game, all through practice, one of our big keys this week was trust and communication. I think our communication this game was at an all-time high, and I think it really showed out there on the court. We were helping for each other, we were picking each other up, encouraging, and like I said, it really showed.
What changed tonight? Both guys. What was different tonight that you guys played the way you wanted to, team-wise?
Say it again.
What changed? I mean, this team you guys were so solid in November and into December, and then it's been a little bit of a battle. Coach has been on you defensively. What changed tonight that you were able to get things together this way?
We pretty much prepare for each game the same. Coach does, the whole coaching staff do a great job of giving us our scouting reports and whatnot. I think, the main thing we battled, we fought, and we did a better job not fouling them, giving them free points in the second half. That was one thing we struggled with. I'm not sure how many free throws they shot, but I know it couldn't be as close as much as we were giving other teams. Obviously Michigan State got 32 or 34 in the second half, and that's one thing. We were solid. We got stops instead of fouling down the stretch, and that got us and it gave us a chance.
Brendan, I saw it after the game, you and TJ were kind of embraced, crying, tearing up. To have the way this game ended the way it did with Tyler, TJ, you contributing down the stretch, your recruiting class, what does that mean?
It means a lot, we were just basically telling each other, we're not done yet. We've been through a rough stretch. This is, at the same time we were saying this is just one game. Obviously it's a huge game for us, but, we got to move on to the next. But, the fact that we all contributed to being seniors, we came in at the same time, I think it says a lot about our character. We want our team to be successful, and I think we're willing to do anything to get us to that. And we just got to keep fighting, and, we got a few more games left, and we just got to keep battling.
Brandon, walk us through that last trip to the free throw strap. How did that first one go?
Oh my God, that was really bad. It left my hand, and I was like, good Lord. But, it went in, and I was like, all right, let me calm down. I think it was DJ who just told me, you've been here before, these are the situations you love, and it kind of got me back. And, I had a lot of fun this game, and that's one thing I don't think I've been having as of recent, and that's why I've been having playing so well. So, I thought back to just having fun, and, the second one went in, and we came down, had a stop, and the game ended our way.
And Tyler, you personally played a lot of minutes in the second half. How did you deal with just that heavy workload?
Before I get to that question, I want to say that I was going to bed last night about 11:30. I get my phone rings. We got a text from Brandon, and what he basically said was, both our shots we're struggling to make shots, and we just got to find other ways to contribute to the team, help our team win. And I think it goes with what he said. We both made plays down the stretch and did that. I'm sorry, can you repeat your question?
Yeah, no problem. Workload in the second half. You played a lot of minutes, got a couple of really short rests, foul trouble, different things made you jump back in. How'd you deal with that?
Just went as it went along. Coach was telling me that he'll give me a break, at the medias, or a couple 30 seconds here. When Nana picked up his fourth or fifth foul, I had to go right back in there. And it's something you enjoy. Beating the number one team, coming in, on a game-winning shot. It's an unbelievable experience. And like Coach said, we got to look forward to Minnesota on Sunday.
Tyler, was there any doubt in your mind that you got the shot off in time?
No, I was actually deciding whether I was going to dunk it or not, but I decided right in there that I shouldn't. I just kind of put my hands back and it went in.
He's going to live the whole time.
Last question for the players. 8 to 10 points for a big stretch there in the second half. What do you attribute? What did the team do to be able to get back in that position to be able to have a chance to win the game like that? What did you guys do to really help you get back in the game?
We got stops, we got rebounds, and led to offense.
Okay, I'll let these two go. We'll continue with questions for Coach.
John, one guy that's not up here right now is DJ, and he made a bunch of plays in a row there. I mean, offense and defensive steal to set up the final play.
Yeah, I earlier I said to myself today, his effort level on defense, the responsibility he has for our defense, Mark, and guarding the other team's best perimeter player a lot of nights, or shooter, or chasing them, and then, hey, we're asking them at the other end, take care of the ball, screen, execute, step up and make a few plays. I thought he was absolutely terrific. At both ends of the floor, he battled, he fought. I was really proud of him.
John, what do you think changed? You've been kind of on the guys to play D and stuff.
I'll be honest with you, Herb. We practiced the same way. We prepared the same way. I thought that our attitude was off the charts the last 2 days. I thought it was terrific. I think the staff did a good job. Assistant coaches did a great job. Dustin had the scout. Brandon puts a lot of time in on the video, putting together a good game plan. But not a whole lot, Herb, to be honest with you. The only thing we talked about, and Griff said it, was, just communicating more, connecting more out there, playing for one another more, trusting one another more, And I thought we did that, today. But other than talking about that, not a whole lot different in terms of practice planning or X's and O's or how much film we watched, or it was all the same.
After the review, when they said it was good, and you sat down and kind of had a moment, what was going on with you there?
Well, obviously I was happy for the seniors. Some of the things that were going through my mind, to be honest with you, are kind of, personal in nature, Marcus. But, one of them for sure was the fact that, I was really happy, for those guys.
John, can you take us through that final inbounds play? Is that exactly
Yeah,
draw it up?
it's one of the options on it. We couldn't draw it up. We didn't have a timeout, So we kind of went with one that we felt like our guys knew well. I didn't want to roll the dice and try to do something that was out of character. And I thought Brandon, as I said on the radio after the game, my old college coach at Taylor University, Paul Patterson, used to say that the best inbounders have the guts of a burglar. And he had it on that last because he let it kind of develop and saw the curl cut and, made a great pass and a great read.
How much of Tyler's game is predicated on his confidence after he did that?
You'd have to ask him, Shannon. I just have told him numerous times here, I believe in him, I do. Not to pay attention to what anyone outside our locker room walls are saying, or don't get caught up in all of that. And you could tell he was locked in early, just the way he rebounded the ball, how aggressive he was. I thought he defended well. I thought he was really in tune with our game plan. I thought his focus was as good as I've seen in Shannon, to be honest with you, on both ends of the floor.
Kind of repeatedly said that you go one game at a time, but recently you said your backs are against the wall. To do this now after what's recently just happened in this stretch, how important is that?
Well, we were fortunate. I said earlier, Indiana's a great team. Great. I watched them. Shoot. I just admire the way they play. A lot of their guys and their team, and they're so well coached. And so we're fortunate, but we're taking it, one game at a time. We played some good basketball when we lost. That doesn't make for good writing for you guys, but that's the reality of it. Have we not made that last shot and lost? We played good today. That may not be what you want to hear, but played good today. Played tough today. Played together today. Trusted one another today. That was not going to be changed because of a basket made or missed. We played the right way today. I think we've got to continue to emphasize playing the right way and trusting one another more, communicating some of the things that Griff talked about. I thought we played with some toughness, and I thought we had great togetherness.
When you were down by 10 and 14 for a lot of the half, was there anybody on the bench like Ravante or Mark or Harris that really kept the team together?
No, you could tell they were still locked in. Our whole deal was just trying to chip away at it, just stay with it, keep fighting, control what we can control, don't get caught up in anything else, keep fighting, stay together, communicate, trust. It's a big step today because sometimes in some games in the past when we get down like that, Rob, you've heard me use the phrase, I think Jim asked it last week about hero ball, or we get out of character, or we don't trust the system defensively. Today, we stuck to what we were supposed to do for the full 40 minutes and didn't flinch. And I thought that was a good sign and certainly move in the right direction for our team.
We have time for 2 questions.
When Nana got his 5th foul, you were a little upset, and it seemed like Tyler came over and said something to you. Like, we got this, don't worry, coach. Is that some along that line?
Yeah, basically. In a roundabout way, a couple of words.
Hold on, back here. Back there.
I'm sorry?
How important was the crowd getting the guys going?
I thought it was good. I thought the crowd was unbelievable. It was great. They were energized when they needed to be, and it's always encouraging to the players when you have that, that type of crowd. Then go ahead, DB. Okay.
John, what do you mean for this seniors? That you had all their seniors on the court?
Yeah, happy for them. I am, but it's one game. Again, I'm going to say that it's one game. We got to keep moving forward. We got to keep getting better. There's no question about it that you know, our guys played well today, but, you know, Sunday's game, when we tip the game, has nothing to do with today's game. We're gonna have to get focused again, play with toughness again, be together again, communicate again. I mean, you gotta do those things, it's not an automatic, and the great teams and the good teams find ways to do those things consistently.
Okay.
They're very deserving of the win because they never gave in. And you could see on film that they were maturing, that they were getting better. I mean, this is still the same, you know, group of young men that started the season the way they did. They have a high-level offensive team. And we didn't put them away when we had our opportunities. And that's really what the bottom line is. We broke some coverages. You know, we got concerned. We let some old habits kick in where we overhelped rather than staying committed to the corners, and that's where they hit us. And when you're going against, you know, great talent, which this league is full of, you've got to stay committed to it for 40 minutes. You've got to keep your chest in front of the ball. You've got to keep your communication high, and you've got to have that commitment to what makes you good, which for us it's early help, early recovery, and understanding what their strengths are, you know, which are the three-point shooting. Jumping around here at the end of the game was a broken play for them. We were not going to give them a chance to set up and win the game on a lob. And they were out of timeouts. We had two. I wouldn't change that for a second. Looking back and calling a timeout there, we just didn't communicate. We didn't communicate well. And we didn't communicate a switch there at the end. And at the end of the game offensively, we didn't stay with the movement that we needed to have. And we wanted to make it a one-possession game. And we did not want to have to call a time. They were very, very good on side out of bounds, defending that. And we wanted to keep the game in movement. And if we didn't get what we wanted, then we wanted to get into something coming down the middle of the floor. And we went about the right time, but we didn't keep the game in movement enough. I mean, that didn't do it. That didn't do it. When they made some threes and they got momentum because we didn't stay where we needed to defensively, that's what hurt us. But I'm proud of our guys. I'm never going to come in and sit here and roll anybody under the bus. We can get better from this. The whole program can get better from it. We played in a tough environment. Like I said at the very beginning, congratulations to them. They earned it. The crowd was awesome. We'll watch the film and see what we liked, what we didn't like, and turn around and get ourselves ready to go again, quickly.
Tom, in the last 5 weeks, the number one team is lost almost immediately after getting the number one. Why do you think it's so difficult to maintain the number one status?
That's a hard question. I'm not sure. I just know that these games are 40-minute games. I mean, we played at a high level for most of the game. But the bottom line, the number, that I can't speak for the other teams, Bob, but I know this. When we turn the ball over, we're not very good. And the biggest difference in this game tonight was 28 points off turnovers, out of 16. I mean, that's, the last 2 times we've been on the road, we've committed 6 turnovers at Northwestern and 8 turnovers against Purdue. And the turnovers we're making, there's no defense for it. So I can't speak for the other teams. Our guys were ready. They were prepared. They respect Illinois. There's no doubt about that. There was no overlooking any of that. We just didn't, we turned the ball over and we didn't stay committed to what we had to do at the end of the game.
You're up 10 with 5 minutes to go, and obviously DJ Richardson hit some good shots. Was that a defensive breakdown?
Yeah, I said that. We came out of the corners. Okay, I mean, there's no question. We overhelped, and you can't do that. That's what it came down to. The out of bounds play that he hit a play on, that should have been a switch. And your team is. This is why this team has got to continue to mature, and I think they will. But you've got to stay committed to what gets you in that position. Your communication, your spacing and movement on offense, your ability to not. There's 2 things that can't happen. You can't get so locked into your man that you leave somebody on an island, but you can't overhelp. And their strength of their team is their 3-point shooting. We knew Tyler Griffey. I mean, we have too much respect for him. I mean, he had an excellent night. When he made his first shot, all of a sudden that basket looked like Lake Michigan to him. And there was no doubt. He's a veteran. He's been down the road. And that's a big, big step for their team. And I'm not sure how John feels, but, you know, outside looking in, that's a big play for them. But the guys that are mainstays for them made too many buckets. And, you know, you can't put it in the hands of the other team. You can't put it in the hands of a call or a non-call. You just can't. And unfortunately tonight it came there. But those threes were a product of us not communicating and overhelping.
It gets overshadowed by the buzzer beater, but you just talk about Victor's block with.
Yeah, you know what? Not really. I'm not really in any personal play. We didn't win the game. I mean, no offense. I mean, it's a great play. He makes those plays, but we shouldn't be in that situation.
Coach, how much better did Illinois play defensively than what you've seen last year?
Oh, I thought they were really good. I think they're underrated now. They're very athletic. What they do is they take the lane away from you very well. I don't think, again, I'm not coaching his team. I see what he says about his defense. I have a lot of respect for their defense. I really do. I think they're athletic, they're veteran, they're big. Egwu is going to be a tremendous player. And we made a run in the first half and he got in foul trouble. So, I thought the defense was good. I mean, we still scored a lot of points, and we had a lot of points at half. But our defense didn't hold serve for 40 minutes, so I'm a little more concerned about that.
Coach Robertson said it was a miscommunication on the last play, on the last inbound, basically.
No, I don't know if that was communication. That was a broken play. Yes, there's some communication, there's some switching and something like that. It's just the pressure of the moment a little bit. I'm sorry, I didn't cut you off.
I guess I was just going to ask, I don't know if you can even say this or not if you want to, but who's supposed to go where on that stream?
Well, yeah, in that situation, it's just a switch. When they come together, you switch. I mean, we're in a 55 at the end of games like that, and that's really the only way they can beat you, is something at the rim. And that, I mean, they had a couple things that they can go when they went into the 1-4, and he just made a cut. I mean, did John say that was a set play? Did he say?
Yes.
It was an option. I mean, to me, it looked broken. I mean, he knows his offense there. We hadn't seen that. That was just, we just didn't, he made a great read. Kid made a great read. And we take a lot of pride in our pressure on the ball. And when I went back and looked at it, I think our pressure on the ball was great, either at the end.
Coach, what's got to be emphasized moving forward now after this, considering how daunting this schedule is?
Well, the schedule's daunting for everybody. So, I mean, it's what it's been all week, improvement. And we can get a lot better. And we spent a lot of time looking at the Michigan game. We win the game, but we could have played a lot better. I mean, I'm always going to, my lens is improvement. That's the lens I look at it through. And I have to hope that we can get a group of guys on the team, the whole team, that will look through the same lens. And that's what the trick is. And the teams that do that the best are the teams that are successful. You have to keep improving. You have to keep having the togetherness. You've got to play through mistakes. And when you get a chance to put somebody away, you got to put them away. And we didn't do it the other night with Michigan. We held on. They made some threes late, but we had numerous opportunities in that game to put them away, and we didn't do it. And we didn't do it tonight.
Anything else for Coach?
Go ahead.
What you just mentioned when you get a chance to put somebody away, you got to put them away. What, from I guess a grander scale, what do you think you're not doing to put teams away?
Oh, I think it's obvious. We came off. You got to know that every team's strengths, and their strengths is their three-point shooting. Our strength is not overhelping. Yeah, there's a fine line that we're trying to get to, and sometimes what happens, and this happened the other night a little bit, you get so consumed with your man, okay, and that you either face guard too much and you leave a man on an island, okay, with the ball, or you overhelp in a situation and you rotate back. And tonight, we didn't need to overhelp, and that's what's got to be better. I'll be shocked if I go back and feel any differently on the film of the clips I've already seen. You can't leave their strengths. I mean, you can't let them have their strengths. You can't let them have them during the game, and for the most part we didn't. At the end of the game, we let them have their strengths. And that's what it really comes down to, in my opinion. Anybody else? We good? All right, thank you.